Okay, I'm going to try to talk my way through this. If not, then I'll be putting music over it. But I already filmed this side of the video with the face. Video 1. This is going to be video 2. I'm doing the other side. I'm using light molding paste. Now, you can use gesso. You can use a little bit of white glue. There are tons of recipes online with a little bit of like white glue, Elmer's glue, a little bit of water, baby powder, all kinds of things that you can use. I'm just going to very quickly use this and an old credit card, if I can find one. Yep. We all have gift cards, and I'm just going to scrape it in. And I'm going to take this stencil. I believe it's from Tulip. Simple, yep, plaid. And I'm just going to do a very simple, I'm going to hold it down, and I'm just going to kind of scrape. My dog's choking in the background. I'm sorry. Every time I go to tape, that's sometimes why I have to put music over it. Because they're always playing, or allergy season. It's yucky for them. You don't have to be perfect. I just like to scrape. You just want a little bit of dimension. And the flatter you push it and then pull it. And if you see, you can, now on this you can see because I have color underneath. So I can see what I'm not getting, but I really don't, I'm not going to worry too much about it. Once I get everything with molding paste, I might go over and, you know, try to, the more you put on, obviously, the better you're going to cover it, but not too worried. And if you can't, like you see, if you can't do it one way because it's not covering, you just scrape it the opposite way. And a light touch when you go take it off. And we'll do this one more time. And then take this one. And it's a lot of it is that my paper's not laying, my journal's not exactly flat. So I'm going to lift it up. I can still see some of the blue under there, but it's not really. Grungy's kind of cool. Alright, and what I'll do is I will scrape it off my finger. And just kind of lift it up, and you can see where it kind of left. Now, I'm going to scrape, as you can see, I got some like in the crease there. And it's okay, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do something over on this side too, but I want to get this on here to make it, to have it dry. I think up here, where you can see I don't have anything up here, I think I might just do this little, and you can make it go off the page. It doesn't necessarily have to be on the page, all the way on the page, and just kind of add a little bit of texture there. Yeah. See how that added to it? Now, my advice to you, first I'm going to scrape off my card into my molding paste. I'm the goofball who forgets the art supplies that she does have, and when they have, I always have coupons. And when I go to the store, I end up buying, I think I had 4 molding paste brand new that I bought. So try to keep, you know, kind of what you have at home, what you have and what you need. Because I'm always afraid I'm going to run out. And I'm just going to scrape this extra off. And if you have a wet rag by you, it's probably better to do it that way. But I want to get that off. And I'm just going to set that there. And I'm just going to take my rag really quickly because I just don't want it to stain. And again, I should have cleaned up my space. I love doing this with the molding paste. I love doing my own thing, my own designs, writing in it. You can go now and you can write in it. You know, if you want to put like if you wanted to cover the whole page with it. But I'm just giving this a quick wipe. Don't forget to turn it over. So I just really quickly wiped it off. For the next use, you can tell I don't take a lot of the paint and everything off because I just like to play. Now, here comes something that I also love to do. I do this in a lot of my mixed media paintings. So while this is dry, now you can hit this with the heat gun, and you see this right here? It has a little ledge. I'm just going to kind of really lightly kind of blend it in. And you can even give it a little bit of texture with your finger in the middle. Because it is a flower. It's not going to affect anything. It'll just get that line. You know, and if you see anywhere else and you want to add a little bit more texture, you can use a brush. You can use a Q-tip. You can use whatever you want. Just adds a little bit of texture as it dries. Not too worried about it. It's just a journal page. Again, I'm going through my journals. I have about 20 journals, handmade and moleskin. This happens to be a moleskin. And I hate that oh, let me tell you what I did and why we're probably getting more of a glare than we should. And I'll figure that out the next video because it drives me nuts. But I know why I'm getting an extra glare on this face right now is because I did what I did in my first video, and then I took glossy Collage Page. Now, you can use glossy gel medium, you can use glossy accents, you can use glossy Mod Podge, whatever you have, or you could just take your regular spray, oh, what's it called? Oh, it's like the, you know, where it seals it. I can't remember the name right now. You don't want to polyurethane it. You want a fixative. I have a spray fixative that I usually spray, but my dogs are down here with me. And I didn't want to asphyxiate them. So, so you can, I mostly, especially when I do paintings and stuff, I'll take outside real quick, fixative, spray a fixative it. And then what happens is now that this is protected, whether you spray it, Mod Podge, a lot of people have glossy, some sort of gel medium, Mod Podge, you know, whatever, glossy accents, whatever. And what it does is it seals what's underneath. So it doesn't lift up because I have my face here. Now let me see if I can get this. Now if you can see, let's do this real quick. You don't need to necessarily see me. These are my containers of stamps. And I did take some stamps out. And on the bottom I have stamps and I have ink pads. I need to go through these and organize. Because as I'm going through, there's so many stamps I want to buy that I see. These are great containers. You can get them at Michael's and AC Moore, and they sometimes have them on sale for $2.50, two for $5, and they're great. They snap close. They hold a lot of stuff in them. I have some actually with tons of scrapbook paper in it and all kinds of things. And right now, I'm really trying to get my art room down here situated. And if you saw my desk, let me just try to show you my desk. I have stuff everywhere. Let's see. Here's my computer. This is the little space I'm working. And then if we head down this way, there's my curtains I made. And I can continue on. Now. And that's just not even, I mean, this is really ridiculous. My paintbrushes. And it doesn't stop there. It goes behind my computer. Onto the other side, into the, it's horrible. That's nice. Look at all my wires. Maybe if I straightened up my wires, I would have. And I have art, and I have so much more art that people have sent me and that I've done. Hello. That I got to put up. And then I have a shelf over here of all kinds of stuff and behind me. And so let's try to get back to this now. Okay, so I wish I could figure out. You're just going to have to bear with me with the glare. Okay, so here's the face. And I put the Mod Podge on, as you can, I mean the Collage Podge gloss on, as you can tell. So here's what I'm going to do. I don't think I'm going to get it better. Maybe that's a little bit better. We went it down. Maybe that's why. Okay. So what I'm going to do is stick my fingers in the wet. Come on. It wouldn't be me if I didn't do that. I'm going to take a big brush, clean off my card that I used with my brush, just to get the extra off. And then I'm going to do her hair. And I'm just going to run it down. It's just going to get a little bit of texture. Now, obviously, there's not enough on this card left to make it. So I'll just wipe it and, you know, just let that bad boy dry. I'm going to stick my brush in the molding paste. And I'm just going to run it down to add a little bit of texture for the hair. And don't be too concerned if you go over the face too much or whatever, because this doesn't dry exactly quickly. This is hard. I'm doing it upside down. But I'm going to have to clean a little bit off the face. So make sure you hit around the neck, because that's where your hair hits. We just want to add some texture. And you can do it as thick as you want, as thin as you want. It doesn't matter. Now I'm just going to kind of take my brush and kind of push up a little bit so I get it off of her eye. Just adds a little bit of texture. And then what I like to do, and again, you don't have to do it, and it is kind of hard because I do have like a colored background here, but I'm not too concerned about it. I'm just going to kind of clean that up a little bit. And if you want a little bit thicker, just dip it in and just do a little bit thicker. It doesn't, there are no rules with this. It's kind of like do it and then go from there. Like I said, please excuse me, I'm doing it upside down. And then, if you want to go in with the edge of your paintbrush to where you kind of had, you know, and you want to add some dimension in while it dries, you can do so. And follow the... It's just your art journal. This is just practice for when you go to do a big canvas that you want to do. And then she has her little bangs here. And it just adds some strands. Try to always remember when you do hair and you're doing the neck. And remember, we have the body down here. Which I actually think I'm going to also do a really thin coat of the molding paste on. I'm not going to worry about too much texture. You can see here where I put my line. Just a little bit. And I'm just going to go down where I have her shoulders. And it's just going to add a teeny bit of tooth. And you can see here where my, when I did my stenciling, where it hit. And just go and we're not looking for perfection, we're just looking for something cool. Something different, some experiment that makes you go, oh, wow, okay, I know what else I could do. I can do this. I can do that. Again, this is light molding paste, Liquitex. I used a coupon, 40 off. I love the 50 off. I think a couple places are having 50 off right now. But I buy this. Some people use, oh, what's it called? That you put in the spackle. Some people use spackle. Some people use gel medium. There's different bodies of it. Some people use gesso. Some people use, you can use whatever you have on hand. And like I said, search the internet on my group, All Things Creative. You can join that group, and we have tons of recipes for homemade gesso, homemade, all kinds of stuff. We have a great group of people. So right now I'm just going to take my heat gun, and I'm going to run it over, not too close. If you have a hairdryer in your craft room, or you can go into the bathroom and grab your hairdryer and sit at the counter and do this. Because you don't want it to be so, you know, the heat gun has such heat. And you really don't want to cook it. You want to kind of just dry it. So keep it further away if you have the heat gun. And go over and do her hair. And remember, you can use any stencil and just do a page with a stencil. You don't even have to draw a face. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop recording. I'm going to start my next video because I make videos very long. I don't know why. And I don't exactly know why I do it, because I don't like watching long videos. So this is the next step in the process. So I'm going to stop this, and then it'll give this a few minutes to dry, and then I'll make another video. So, you know, if you want to watch that next, part 3, then we'll probably finish this up and then be done. So this is where we're at so far. And you can see her hair and her shirt and her face. And I can see this drives me nuts. And I'm going to show you how to fix this when we come back in the next video, to show you how to make sure the eyes are even. Now, she could just be making a face and be a little bit cockeyed. Nobody's eyes are even. Exactly, but I'm going to show you a little trick, which I did not do on here when I was drawing, but I want to show you a little trick to use when you do faces, that makes it a lot easier, because I'm just, you know, doing it on video. I don't sit and take the full time that it takes to draw a good face. I just am kind of like drawing in my art journal, but I want to show you a little trick. So I'll see you in video 3. Thank you.